one zip code
John?
organization.
Have we investigated this organization? Are we sure? I'm serious. Are we sure it's not some sort of?
Yeah, it's sponsored by the Deerfield Library.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's some committee of the Deerfield Public Library.
So if we sponsor, you get a discount on now being the
No.
library?
What's the money going for?
Well, they have events. They're going to have
Bringing in a speaker.
a guest speaker. They're going to have meetings. They've got, I don't know what. We're not welcome because we're West residents.
That's not true. You can join if you want to.
I know.
Just pay your taxes.
So you're going to pay to be welcome? Is that what we're doing?
No, the organization.
Deerfield
Riverwoods
Library.
name would be included in all promotional materials, including one book, one zip code, website, all event programs, and Deerfield Library's browsing, which is mailed to every family in 60015. Your organization will be mentioned by name as part of the concluding remarks of all one book, one zip code events. And,
Bill, can I ask you a question? It says their magazine browsing is mailed to everyone in 60015. I don't think I've ever seen it.
oh,
No, we
You got
do that.
I don't get it.
you may not look at it, but you got it.
No. I look at everything.
I mean, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it.
I'd go for the $500.
Yeah,
Silver sponsor.
I think that's enough.
Is that a second?
That's the second.
Any more discussion?
See, I agree with you sometimes too.
That's the lowest level they suggest, by the way, for the audience.
So what does this mean to a resident? Can I go to the library and say,
No.
I'm allowed?
No.
No.
It means the Village of Riverwoods will be put as a sponsor on all of their
We're
documents.
promoting reading. In the
Oh.
Yes, the Village of
We're promoting
Reading,
reading is all it wants.
the Village of Riverwoods promotes reading in zip code 60015.
Okay.
So,
Can't get the
Where
book,
else?
but you can promote
are
it.
they gonna charge for these discussions?
Well, and actually,
Ship us a free
to
copy.
be fair, I am a member of the Deerfield Library because I paid the taxes that I would have paid if I was a Deerfield resident, and it's based on your home value. So it's not, it's not like we pay but we don't get anything. We don't pay, which is why we don't get anything.
Right. See, anybody can belong to the library, all you have to do is pay the taxes. If you
Exactly.
wouldn't pay it, if you were.
For which you could buy a lot of books.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you're right, so you
So,
choose.
the nice thing is, we don't have to pay if you
Right.
don't use the
We
library.
choose.
You have,
So I think we have to support it, because, and this is what I'd like to do. So we have a motion and a second, any more discussion? Roll call vote, please, for $500.
Soddick. Aye. Masterson.
Aye.
Kunjan.
Aye.
Haver. Aye. Radder.
Yes.
Thank you.
Aye.
Formal designation of FOIA officials, which is,
This is a requirement of amendments. Information.
I would like to formally designate Mike Ford, Russ Cranley, Chief Dano, and Tim
Owens.
as our FOIA officials.
So moved. Second.
I think we just need a voice
Voice
vote.
vote.
Any discussion? Any suggestions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Something else for you to do,
A
Mike.
good deed goes on.
Okay. All right, we have to do a,
Bill, I'm sorry, could I just make one comment? I just wanted to let people know that Mike Ford, at your direction, had sent me an email about a backup plan so that, if a FOIA request comes in and one of the FOIA officers isn't there, how we deal with it. So there is a plan in place. I just wanted to let people know that. I just letting everybody know.
approval of email archive programs. I want to thank Mr. Masterson for working very hard on this thing. And if you want to tell us what's about.
Basically what this is we use the Zimbra system for email within the village. That's when you use riverwoods-isle.net, that email address. through a server called the Zimbra server, which isn't on our premise, it's outside the premise. And they have a archiving system that's already ready to go that we can add on for a pretty reasonable cost. Bruce who I met with Mark Snyder from Highland Solutions a couple weeks ago. And it seems to be the most cost-effective and least intrusive system that we can put in place that will do the job of archiving all the email that we send so that we can then comply with FOIA requests.
Does it do it automatically? But it's gonna
You're gonna have to
archive,
show us how it works, because I don't know how it works.
but it's gonna archive everything.
But
Even that which is
It
not
archives
necessarily.
and indexes
Some of it,
email.
But it'll archive everything, even if it's things that the policy suggests we don't need to archive.
Right, and then just like if it was in a paper file, you can pull that out.
So what I'm
before you
saying
reply.
is there a purging mechanism to the system?
well, it's a public record. There's a 7-year statute.
Yeah, but we don't have to maintain everything.
The thing is,
So I'm saying, is there a manner in which we can purge the system on a monthly basis to delete emails from the archive that are extraneous to the requirements of FOIA?
It was a couple weeks ago we met with them. I'm pretty positive that there was a way to delete it.
Well, I don't know that we want, I don't know
Let's
that
check
we
on
want
that.
it to be all inclusive.
Well, I think, we're supposed to look at executive session. That might be establishments to purge those items which
I think our problem here is that the volume of emails that aren't public record is probably 98% are not even really public records.
So why would
The
you
issue is the manpower involved in purging and making the correct assessment as contrasted with the power in the search features of this to retrieve when you actually need a record to find
Right, you find the 100 that are out there that reference
So
deer culling.
the decision is basically, do you try
And you knock out the ones that, Bambi burgers are good, actually. And you knock.
I like rabbit.
So what they're suggesting is that the search functionality is so strong that we can find what we need within this huge mass more efficiently than we can take the time to keep trying to sort them.
To have our staff try to go through and knock
And I
out.
understand that.
Four
What I'm
hours.
suggesting is if you would speak to lawyers on the issue,
They will want to-
lawyers on the issue would say to you that you only keep that which you must keep, you don't keep that which you
I
don't
agree.
need.
I agree.
Because all that does is potentially create problems. So less is better, not more.
We'll look into, I think we have the right to voluntarily, we have
I'm not suggesting you don't
so
comply with the FOIA
Right,
law.
but
I'm
We
just
want
saying
to
you don't
comply
over
with FOIA. If we don't
Like any
have
archiving
documents
system.
that might be unfortunate or embarrassing, unnecessary.
Right.
When we open up our emails, anybody in the village hall, is that automatically going to archive it?
Yeah.
Everything. If it's on my email, so get a
Well,
house
it's
refinanced or, get life insurance, all that stuff's going to go into this?
Like any company or village-owned PC, anything that you do on that is village business, not personal business, so yes.
No, I'm just saying, you get ads, you get junk mail, so all the junk mail's going to go in there, everything's just going to go in
Is it
there.
archived the moment we receive it? Or is it like
Probably every so many minutes.
I believe it doesn't, synchronous manner. As soon as it's coming in, it's archiving or going out. It's going through the gateway.
As soon as I
What
hit
I-
send, it's coming here.
What I was suggesting is the other thing that we talked about is to create, we have a file for every property in the village. And we were talking earlier, several meetings I've had with various people in the village, what percentage of our communications that are of a quasi-permanent record or that really are of a nature like a public record, what percentage of those are things that actually go on a property file, leave aside the police department, which doesn't. And it's probably some significant percentage of anything we create that's really a public record. Most of the time, it relates to a property. It relates to a permit application of some action we've taken with respect to a resident. So